We back. Yeah, we back. Lord have mercy. Now, let's get back into it, man. Not wasting no time. Today, we're going to be talking about the reformed divestor archetype. And I'm going to be examining 3 case studies, right? 3 case studies. One is a comedian. One is a very famous content creator who is very big in the interracial couple content space on YouTube. You know, her channel was massive, right? She was one of the chief propagandists for interracial couple content creation, and now she has found a black man. She has now started a family with a black man. And the third content creator is a woman who was a dating coach who used to, you know, according to her own words, dated whites exclusively. But now, in her own words, it's nothing like being married to a good black man. Lord have mercy. Now, not wasting no time, let's get into it. The first case study is a young lady, young lady by the name of London Hughes. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not very familiar with her work. I'm not very familiar with her. She came on my radar in the past 24 hours, and she started quite the conversation. So I'm gonna run the footage, and I'm gonna come back on my commentary. Let's go.
Okay, quickly before I go out, the girlies want to know if black British women are not dating black British men. Who are they dating? The answer is, we're dating white guys. Both my ex-boyfriends in the UK were white. I'll tell you the type of white, like liberal white men. Like if you watch Love is Blind UK, Benaya, I was dating Benayas, and dating Benayas was great. They treat you very well compared to my other option, which was not dating at all, because the black men in my circles weren't checking for me. They were very much exclusively only dating white women, and they let me know. And to the black men that I did date, some of them had internalized racism. So there was things about my blackness they didn't like. So for example, I'm not seen as attractive in the UK. I'm all right, but I led with my personality more because I just didn't think I had the looks, and it was black men telling me that I didn't have the looks. Like some of the worst names I've ever been called ever in my life have been from black British men. So I remember I dated a black guy, and he wouldn't like it if I took off my wigs at night to sleep. He wanted me to sleep with my wig on because he didn't like my 4C hair. And I would date like white guys, like liberal white guys that, at times would, when I'm too tired, would take my wig off for me and put it on a wig stand and brush it out. So, I think that black British women have decided to just go where we're wanted and where we're adored. And if that's white men, it's white men. And love is love and be happy. But yeah, I noticed, and we kind of all noticed that like a lot of black men in the UK have a preference, and it's not us. But since moving to America, I've only ever dated black men, and I want to thank, again, America, sorry to be up your ass, but I didn't think I was cute until I moved here. Like, oh my God, I get approached by black men here, and I get to date black men here for the first time in my adult life. I'm dating black men. It's nice to be adored by your own kind. And that's never really happened for me in the UK. And a lot of dark-skinned women feel that way because, like I said, the type of a lot of black men in the UK is white women or racially ambiguous, and I am neither. So yeah, we're dating white guys. Love is love. Date who you want. All right, I'm going out. Have a good night.
All right, we back. Now, as you can see, she hit all the buzzwords and the talking points, right? But basically, it's the same script we've heard time and time again from these women. The Europeans are amazing. The Europeans are unstoppable. The Europeans are infallible. And the black man is just inadequate. You know, we've heard the script time and time again, man. Come on, man. Come with some new propaganda. You know what I mean? Y'all be doing better PR for the white man than the white woman, like I said before. But anyways, now, my issue with these women is this. A common thing you hear is the reason why I'm intermingling and interlocking and intermixing and fornicating with the Europeans is because the black man don't want me, right? They make it seem like I really want to be with the black man, right? I really love the black man, but the black man doesn't love me. The black man doesn't want me. Therefore, I have to hitch my wagon to the Europeans reluctantly, right? That's the propaganda they try to pass off as facts. Now, I always push back against that, right? I push back against that. Now, we did some slight research into this lady right here, London Hughes, and we seen some old articles from a few years ago that popped up. Take a look up on the screen. This article, the headline says this: comedian London Hughes says, nerdy whites are my kryptonite. And then in an interview, they had asked her a question: Is there a particular type of guy that you go for? She said this. I used to have a type, but I'm trying to change that. So my type used to be the skinny, awkward looking whites, but now I'm opening it up to a more broader genre. I always say they have to be as awesome or even more awesome than me. So this lady was never looking for a black man in the first place. Her type, her preference was never the black man in the first place, right? Now, take a look up on the screen. This is a tweet from back in 2019, right? She said this. I hate that black people think that black women should not date outside their race. Right, so this lady right here making it seem like, oh, the reason why I'm not with a black man is because the black man don't want me. Baby girl, you are an interracial champion. You are a Caucasian crusader. You are an alabaster apostle. You are a mayonnaise monarch. You are a Wonder Bread worshiper. That's who you are, right? And you have to embrace who you are and stop trying to pass yourself off to be somebody you're not. We're not going to get anywhere in this conversation if you're not going to be honest. Now, they did some further research. They dug up an old tweet of hers from back in 2020. During the George Floyd uprising. Now, as you can see at the bottom, she deleted this tweet today. She deleted this post when they dug it up because I guess she didn't want to stand by what she said. She said this during the George Floyd uprising back in 2020. So many white male comedians are silent on this issue, even the ones that I have slept with. Black lives really mattered to you then, but how about now? Now, keep in mind, this lady, apparently, she is a comedian, right? So she's talking about, I guess, during the George Floyd uprising, I guess the white men comedians, they weren't talking about George Floyd. They weren't talking about Black Lives Matter. So, she was like, all the white male comedians, all the white men I slept with, how come you're not talking about, Black Lives Matter? That's crazy. So they actually dug this up today when her video started to go viral and she ended up deleting it for whatever reason, right? Anyways, they also dug up some old tweets where she said this. Take a look up on the screen. Let's change the narrative that black women have to date white men for success or fame or money. Both of my white exes were broke when I met them. I am my own success. So basically, after that entire speech she gave about how the white man was so amazing and the white man appreciated everything about me and the white man took me in when the black man rejected me, those white men didn't have shit. Was down on their luck, sleeping on the fucking couch. And that's what makes it even more insulting when these women want to, rebrand themselves and try to come back to the black man. You done spent all this time running around with the white trash, intermingling and fornicating with the white trash. And in fact, if you've been watching my channel for the past 2 weeks, I've been talking about, the hillbillies of America. So these women be running around with, these hillbillies. And a hillbilly doesn't mean somebody who's just, living in some rural area or living in on some farmland. When I say hillbilly, I pretty much just throw everybody in that category. Like if you're not part of the elites, if you're not part of the top 1%, to me, you just a hillbilly. So these women like this lady right here be running around with these hillbillies that don't got a pot to piss in. Then they want to come back to the black man. This is ridiculous. Now, in that video, she said, oh, the black men of the UK, they got internalized racism. The black men of the UK, they this, that, and the third. But meanwhile, like she said that hillbillies are her kryptonite. So who really got the internalized racism? She said hillbillies are her preference. So who really got the internalized racism for real? And I raised an argument that the reason why the black men of the UK maybe was bypassing you is because sometimes black men can detect that energy off you. Like this girl love hillbillies. I'm not gonna deal with this. But you translated it and said, oh, the black men of the UK, they don't appreciate a good woman. They don't appreciate me. The black men of the UK got internalized racism and they want to be with the white woman. Or maybe those black men can detect from your energy that you really want to be with the Europeans. You really don't want to be with a black man for real. So they didn't even waste their time. I think that's something that we don't really acknowledge when we have this conversation. Maybe those men could sense your energy from a mile away. They could sense when somebody has a so-called preference. They can feel that. They don't got to ask. They could just look at you. They could just talk to you. And in one conversation, they could say, oh, I already know what this is. Because let's keep it real. You didn't hide this. You publicly said it in articles that the white race is your kryptonite, right? You were putting it in interviews. You were making it known to the entire world. So why would a black man waste his time? You out here screaming to the mountaintops that you got love and admiration for the whites. So what self-respecting black man is going to step into that situation knowing what he knows, knowing the facts of the matter? We gotta talk about this for real, man. And I would love to have a conversation with her because if I could, I would ask her, would you date a black man who was out here writing articles on the internet about how white women are his kryptonite? Would you? No, you wouldn't. So don't act like the black men of the UK did not appreciate you. You know, I got to take up from our brothers from across the pond. Don't act like they didn't appreciate you. The fact of the matter is, those men most likely seen the writing on the wall. Those brothers most likely saw the writing on the wall when it came to you. Now, take a look up on the screen. This lady responded to the video and she said this. She is wrong. Sorry. Most of us are not dating white men. So this lady right here says the majority of black women in the United Kingdom are not dating white men. So I can only assume that there are black women who are able to find black men that can appreciate them and adore them and treat them decently, right? So it's obviously not something that is super rare or unable to achieve. But obviously, if you're going around writing articles and doing interviews, you know, worshiping and kissing the ass of the white race, a self-respecting black man with dignity and honor and respect is not going to waste 2 seconds dealing with you. That's a fact of the matter, right? You just eliminated a large section of options you could have had just by being a goofy and kissing white ass. Now, anyway, let's continue. Let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This person said, they always leave out the important parts when they're telling us their fairy tales. Exactly. This person said, a generational swirler living in Los Angeles talking on black dating dynamics in the UK. You cannot make this shit up. You see, I got to defend my brothers in the UK, man. You know, I got to defend my brothers, man. They lying on you. They spreading propaganda on you, right? They talking about the white man is amazing. Meanwhile, they run around with hillbillies who don't got no fucking money. Let's continue. This lady said, the black men in my circles, the same circles where you were dating white hippies, get into black spaces with black people who actually want to love black people, and maybe you'll find a black man who wants you. Exactly. Was she even looking for a black man? I think that's really the topic of conversation. Were you even looking for a black man? If the white race is your kryptonite, right? If the whites are your kryptonite, were you even looking for a black man, to be honest? But obviously, they cannot come out and say that because that, like I said, they're going to sound goofy as hell. Imagine they come out and say that, you know, the whites, you know, I love the whites. Like a black person saying that, everybody going to look at you like, bro, you're a fucking clown. So they don't want to say that out in the open. So they try to slander the black man instead, right? Let me slander the black man instead of being honest with myself, right? It's much easier to slander the black man instead of being honest with myself and look in the mirror. Let's continue. This person said, if internalized racism prevents black men from dating you, then surely the European man is not the answer. You know, logically speaking, right? Logically, but to be honest, like I said, we've uncovered the truth already. The internalized racism, them buzzwords, the black man didn't appreciate me or the white man took off my bonnet. That's all bullshit. She really just wants to say, listen, I just love white folks, man. You know, I love white folks. This lady damn near 40 years old talking about I'm just now dating black. I just started dating black men for the first time in my life. Damn near 40, bro. I don't know how old she is. She's like in her mid 30s, almost 40. Talking about I just started dating black men for the first time in life. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? And I always get women coming to the comment section and trying to push back against me, talking about, oh, talk about the black man, talk about the black man. Would you date a black man who waited till he was damn near 40 to deal with black women? Doesn't that sound ridiculous? And then on top of that, try to blame the black woman for the reason why, oh, you know, the reason why I waited till I was 40 to deal with black women was because the black woman didn't appreciate a good black man. I had no choice but to deal with the white woman. And keep in mind that same black man was writing articles on the World Wide Web about how white women was his kryptonite. My goodness. Y'all know y'all wouldn't deal with no black man like that. So why the fuck we got to deal with a black woman like that? It's a reason why black men avoid this lady like she carrying some type of contagious diseases. Let's continue. This person said, using UK black men as an excuse for having jungle fever is nasty work. Now, listen, I got to defend my UK brothers, man. Take a look up on the screen. This lady don't got she not interested in black men. I know she's talking about, finally, at the age of, 75 years old, she just now dealing with the black man for the first time in history. But trust me, she don't rock with y'all, bro. She don't rock with y'all, man. She don't rock with y'all. She's way too comfy around these people. She's way too comfortable around. This is where she's home. This is where she's comfortable at. She's not comfortable around the black man. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm sorry. She more comfortable with Billy Bob and all that shit. Let's continue. Now, if you checked out her recent comedy special, because keep in mind she's a comedian, in her recent comedy special, she talks about her personal life, right? She talks about how she was with a white man who had a foot fetish, this one white man. She talks about how this other white man wanted her to do some role play, 50 Shades of Grey. This other white man was a heroin addict. So this the quality of Europeans that she was dealing with. And then she want to come back to the black man after talk about I'm so excited to be dealing with the black man after spending years of her life with these hillbillies and these heroin addicts. Now, let's continue. The next case study we're going to get into is this lady right here, right, from the YouTube channel Jamie and Nikki. Now, I don't know if this YouTube channel is still up now. I think they might have taken it down. But this lady right here had a major YouTube channel, one of the biggest, most famous interracial couple YouTube channels, you know, spreading the propaganda, right? One of the chief propagandists of interracial nonsense, this lady right here with her ex-husband. Now, she has since broke up with this man, right? She since broke up with him, and she ran back to the black man, right? Run the footage. I'll be right back.
Please leave. Please leave the house, Nikki. Please leave the house.
Look at you.
Please leave. Please leave the house. Please leave the house. This is violence. You've got the kids in your hands. Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what
Leave the house.
And look, he's getting video
Leave the
evidence.
house.
He's been planning this.
Leave the house.
He has been planning
Leave the
this
house.
from day one.
All right, we back. Now, take a look up on the screen. She recently uploaded a video the other day entitled, "I'm Having a Baby." And take a look up on the screen. As you can see, the lucky black man right here. Now, keep in mind, this lady had a YouTube channel where, like I said, massive audience, where she was one of those people who the white worshiping women would point to her channel like, oh my God, look how amazing her and her husband are. They're so amazing. You know, one of the chief propagandists for interracial nonsense, like I said. Now, they didn't work out. I guess the channel is no longer here. They deleted the channel. I think she got a personal YouTube channel, but the joint channel she had with her husband, I think they deleted that joint. And now she's with a black man now. You know what I mean? After all that, after years of spreading propaganda, she has now come back to the black man. She has now run back to the black man with biracial children in tow. That's the worst part about it. With mixed race children in tow. Now, all respect to that brother. He's a better man than me. I couldn't see myself raising a white man's children. I couldn't see myself raising a white man's kid, bro. Like I said, it's not the year 1775 anymore. We left that shit behind on the slave plantation. You see, our great-great-grandfathers had to go through that, you know, sitting back, watching their wife get impregnated with a mulatto baby and then having to accept the mulatto baby as your own. Nah, we ain't doing that no more. We ain't doing that shit no more, man. Let's continue. Now, the next case study is this lady right here. I'm gonna run the footage. I'll be right back.
Dating white men is not gonna solve your problem. And this is coming from someone who exclusively dated white boys. It's the same shit, different flavor. You hate black men because the first black man in your life let you down. I get it. I'm the president of Club Daddy Issues. But baby, changing the race that you date ain't gonna change your self-hatred. I mean, let's keep it a buck. If you hate black men as a black woman, you really hate yourself. I've been screwed over by white boys, I've been screwed over by black boys. An asshole is an asshole regardless of what color it is. You looking for a great white man like there aren't great black men in abundance out here. And if you don't believe that, then you just aren't the woman that you need to be to attract them. Just keeping it real. Maybe you should try working through your trauma, because trust me, ain't nothing better than being married to a good ass black man. So don't blame black men, blame your trauma.
All right, we back. Now, wow. Now, as you can see, this her and her husband right here, right? You know what I mean? As you can see. And yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. This person said, that failed swirl of the pro-black love pipeline must be studied. Hey man, on my channel, we already examined it. We studied it. Go to my playlist section. We already studied this in-depth analysis many times over. Anyways, this person said, is there anything wrong with being married outside your race? Is this a bad thing? Now, the lady from the video, right, who said she used to exclusively date white men, keep in mind, she said, I exclusively dated the white race. I only had eyes and admiration and affection for the whites, only. She said this, she responded, she said, no, there is not. But I personally do not support interracial marriages in the black community. Oh my God. Yo, how the hell you go from kissing white ass to talking about I am against miscegenation? Now this is the black man right here who married her, right? He got an Egyptian ankh necklace. So I'm not gonna roast my brother too hard. I'm not gonna go in on my brother, but I just find it funny. So I'm assuming he's one of them Hotep conscious, ancient Egyptian mother goddess, you the queen, you know, Nefertiti, Amon Arenas fighting against the Roman Empire type of black man. I mean, you got the Egyptian uncle, and I can only assume, right? Listen, man, we got to add him to the series, man. We got to add him to the books. Another black man married a reformed divestor, a failed swirler. Man, we got to add my brother to the books, man. We got to add my brother to the archives. Sorry to do it. I had to do it to you, bro. Got to add you to the archives, man. Yeah. And keep in mind the caption. If you look at the caption, it says, "Black love is abundant over here." Jesus Christ. It went from exclusively European, right? Exclusively European to now it's pro-black love, right? It went from purely Eurocentric to now it's Afrocentric. It went from entirely we swirling 24/7 to now it's about black unity. We were strictly white-centered. Now it's black love advocacy. Man, life is a comedy skit. Anyways, man, it's your boy Neferkari Salim back in the building. Yes, indeed. Cash App in the description. Support the channel, man. Support the channel. Support the album. Peace.
Yeah, I'm focused on fortification. I'm trying to step out of the matrix. I'm finna be all in your playlist. The haters gon' look and amaze me. I'm taking my time and I'm patient. They tell me I make it look easy. I'm going and they never gon' reach me. I cut off my phone, I'm back on my zone. Yeah, I'm back on my own, the king of my castle and forging my own path. I'm back on the dawn, I know they be watching it lately. I'm pressing the gas. These niggas be clones, they selling they soul for currency. I be like, man, just leave me alone. Lil' mama, she look like a dancer. I'm back in my zone, I got hundreds and fifties, they treat me just like I'm a master. I'm back in the city, I'm feeling imperial, plotting on power expansion. I can't show no love, I got pain in my heart, but I hide it when I'm on the camera. I'm young and I'm raising the standard, and now I don't be doing no features. These niggas be talking about killing and robbing, I'm steady relaxing leisure. The spirit of kings, we never gon' die, we taking it back with the leaders. They came and invaded, the enemy raided and put all that shit in museums. Real talk, and I still can't believe it. I pull up and shine on them, I pull up and ride on them, I pull up and flex with the team, you know we gon' style on them. I'm cold like 7 degrees whenever I rhyme on them. This shit like COINTELPRO, my nigga they spine on us. Fuck how they